Hi, Dragon Baby Vapes here. This is not going to be the full video today, but I just wanted to take a moment. In California right now, they're having a special extended session on some bills that are in the state senate and they're pretty detrimental to vaping and the vaping industry as we know it. I wanted to go ahead and provide you guys some information on that, break it down to actually what this is. I don't live in California, but the thing is that usually everybody knows that what happens in California usually spreads out nationwide. I live in South Carolina, which is in the tobacco belt, and even though a lot of people around here do grow tobacco, it is also it's a heavily restricted and heavily taxed item. Basically, if you go to CASAA.org, they have some information with you. They can give you, click on the links there to call your local senate, your state senator, or your lawmakers, or you can email them and just indemnate their offices and let them know they represent you. You elected them. So, don't let your voter apathy play into this one. Tell everybody that you know to vote, to call them and give out the phone numbers and call them. They have flyers that you can print out and take into your local vape shops, and this is something, again, statewide. What it comes down to when you actually read through these bills is money. It really is. It's about money. It's under the, they're doing it under the guise of the STAKE Act, which STAKE is an acronym for Stop Tobacco Access to Kids Enforcement. So, we have the time-honored call of what about the children, which is what lawmakers always use. Essentially, the problem that they're finding out is that it's 87 cents in tax right now in the state of California on a pack of cigarettes, like state tax. That doesn't include your local taxes or anything like that. And it wants to raise it up to $2 per pack of cigarettes. Well, how do you tax a bottle of e-liquid? So that's the other thing, that's why they're trying to make it a flat minimum of what you're doing. The other language that's in the bill, AB 6, it's basically a floating scale that they're going to use on nicotine juices, e-liquids that don't even contain nicotine but are sold in vape stores are going to be subject to this. And it's essentially what they're going to charge, what the language in the bill said, they're going to charge a flat tax of 10 cents per cigarette. So if it's 20 cigarettes, it's $2. If the nicotine in your e-juice bottle equals 50 cigarettes, it's going to be a $5 tax, so on and so forth. It's because of the money. They're not getting the taxes on it anymore because of how smoking is defined. So the other thing that AB6 wants to do is define smoking as anything that is for inhalation. Right now it's inhaling, exhaling, burning, or carrying any lighted or heated cigar, cigarette, or pipe, or any other lighted or heated tobacco or plant product intended for inhalation, whether natural or synthetic. So what they want to do now is they want to create any smoking, they want to add to that and to include any smoking device that creates an aerosol or vapor in any manner or form. So they want to go ahead and say that this is the same as smoking a cigarette. They're doing it under the Keeping Tobacco Away from Children Act, and I think that's where the problem is. There's also another Assembly bill, ABX 216, that it's the bill that keeps getting failed and it keeps adding in. This would add to the licensing, that's more taxation for everything. The problem that this is that these bills talk about how, the first thing in it, the legislature hereby finds and declares all the following: tobacco use is the single most preventable cause of death and disease in California. And that's absolutely true. Are e-liquids the single most are they included in that? No, it's not a tobacco product. It's something that is actually, it's a harm reduction technique. I think that you would be hard pressed to find any person who's a smoker, an ex-smoker, somebody who uses vapes, or anything like that, that would disagree with you that nicotine is an addictive substance, because it is addictive. And you know what? By adding the nicotine into e-liquids, I totally understand that you want to make sure kids don't get that. But I also think that the community responds extremely well to, making sure that we're not targeting kids. I have not been into a vape store around this area where I would even feel that this is an environment that are appropriate for kids. People that bring in kids to their vape stores are usually ran out by the management, as is their right to do. A lot of places voluntarily have an 18 and up restriction after other places started imposing an 18 and up restriction. Inhaling things into your lungs is something that we don't know if it's going to affect you or not. Kids shouldn't be doing nicotine. They shouldn't be doing they shouldn't be drinking alcohol. They shouldn't be doing drugs. I don't think anybody's arguing that. I think the problem is that they dress these bills up into these big concerning bills like, this is for you, this is for your health, we're just concerned about you, and we want to make sure you're okay, and we want to make sure that you know the dangers. I know the dangers. That's why I stopped smoking a pack and a half of cigarettes a day and I switched to vaping. My lungs are so much better now. I can actually exercise. My fat ass can actually get up and walk around. It's wonderful. My multiple sclerosis is getting much better because I'm able to move more. I'm not having a lot of the coughing that I was having. My smoker's cough is gone. Like, seriously. It's one of those things where we all know the risks of smoking, and that's why we sought out this alternative. If you're somebody who's never smoked before and you're a vapor, I can't speak for you, so please don't think that I'm doing so. Anyways, I know that I don't have a lot of people watching this channel. I know that I'm not in California, but if you are in California and you come across this, know that it's not for concern for you that they're making these laws. Know that it's because they can't get the tax money that they were getting on cigarettes, because so many smokers are switching from something that definitely is dangerous to something that's a little bit less dangerous. Until they make the same inhalation until they make the same taxes on inhalation devices such as albuterol inhalers, which technically is a vapor. And that's the thing, the ramifications of this. CPAP machines are made to inhale vapor. Inhalers are made to inhale vapor. And I know that these sound really ridiculous when you think about it in the scheme of things, but that's what this is. You really have to think about it. So again, the links are down below. I hope that this kind of cleared up for you to really help you understand it's not about you, it's not about your health. The state just wants your money, and they miss having your money. Anytime that there's always been a state budget problem nationwide in any state, the first thing that goes up is taxes on the vice products, which is gambling, if you have legalized gambling, alcohol, tobacco, lottery. Those things are always the things that are hit first, because the centers are the ones that can support the pot. We're not doing it anymore. Don't let them make you do it now. Don't let your small businesses run out of the way. Don't let people tell you what you can and can't do. Except for this. Let me tell you what I can do here. Go to the website, get the information for your rep, call them. Special session ends tomorrow, and you are definitely in a position where you can make the change. Thanks.